If music is the universal language, let's use it to talk about health. Some artists have even said that music saved their lives. My name is Dr. Moshelewis, and I'm a rehab physician who helps people tackle their disabilities. Many times they use music as medicine. So join me as we break down the music and go behind the health issues that all of us face. While the artist stories will feed our souls, let's learn how to take care of our health even better. And join us for a world-famous collaboration where we never know who will be performing together for the very first time.
My friend,
I'm mad at you, you're mad at me, but let's take the time, verbally, don't shut down, honey, where you're grounded.
How do I stay positive? Well, I was always I started getting into meditation. Yes, I pray, and I try to find time where it's silent and may listen to gospel music. That's what I grew up on.
And be dehydrated the next day and sing a show. You really, it pushes you to, yes, be better. So, I've definitely changed the way I've eaten, changed how much I drank, drink a bunch of water and, just try and take care of yourself.
Going through the same thing, or I'm somebody that those people can relate to. Especially, I had an instance with body image where, to touch on the point where, like, how do I like kind of filter through negative comments. I had somebody message me. It was a bot account. It was a troll account. And as somebody who has struggled with body image, this bot messaged me and was like basically commenting on my body and how like this person didn't think that I was like fit. And I mean, for typically a comment like that might bother me, but this one didn't, because I think that I've like gotten to the place in my life where I'm like, I'm a really happy person. I'm a really positive person, and like comments like that don't really bother me. Like if you want to take the time out of your day to say something negative to someone on social media, then you know what, like, that's on you.
I'm trying to stay alive to the end of my story.
So domestic violence is always a very hard topic to get into and to try to unpack. And many times we don't get to hear from the perspective of somebody that may be seeing it. In your case, as a child, you said you were very young when you first started noticing that.
I had to be like about 6 years old, like when I experienced like my mom and dad getting into like fights in front of me. And I felt like seeing that as a child, it kind of like affected me. It had me like traumatized, like stuck in like things. Like I feel like I couldn't like express my feelings, couldn't really talk. I would feel like a lot of anxiety, like just isolate myself. And there would be times like I would even like go to therapists.
Domestic violence is something that affects all communities and really doesn't discriminate. We know that some of the core reasons behind it can be related to loss of a job, illness, frustration, anger, problems with finances. But whatever the cause may be, it definitely isn't okay. During this time of COVID, even more so, we've seen the statistics have skyrocketed and the number of cases have actually blown up even higher than before. We hope that this show kind of communicates that even though one may not realize it, young children can be affected, and while they may be able to find a positive way like #Tehran has done to get it into their music, it really can leave some emotional scars that luckily he was able to partly address through therapy. So we encourage you to reach out to some of the resources that are available, specifically crisistextline.org. It's a free resource. We'll put the number up below the screen. You can see it now, so that if you are seeing a situation like this going on, or heaven forbid are in a domestic violence situation, you can reach out. Again, crisistextline.org, completely free service, 24/7, is available to try to answer those questions and hopefully provide safety, resources, and places you can go and ways you can get the medical care that you need. We can't continue to let this go on, but certainly if we see something, we need to say something, and more importantly, do something about domestic violence in our community. Thank you.
The saying that athletes talk about, your mind, like, you're not psychotic, you're on a stage in the middle of a scene, even when you're in it, so to speak, you know that it's not real life, but your body doesn't always resonate with that when you go through something that's really traumatic.
Excuse me. What's your name? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, good. It's nice to meet you. Look, my name is Jerry, and I'd like to talk to you for a minute, if you don't mind. If you got a moment, do you have a moment? Am I interrupting your space? No?
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, and welcome to my home.
Exactly. No, let's talk about that. We wanted to be able to come into your home, and we appreciate you being willing to have us here just to kind of share in all that you've accomplished. And let's roll back the clock just a little bit and really talk about, we covered it a little bit, but for the viewers, because they don't get to hear some of the behind the scenes conversations, how did you get interested in music and finally to find your voice?
My family is big musically inclined type of family. First it started off with my mom, of course, because she was a singer, a gospel singer. She sang in the church, and we all, if you come up like that, you come up in the church. And then the second, my oldest brother's Archie Bell, who had a group in the 60s and 70s called Archie Bell and the Drells. And they had big records called Tighten Up, It's Gonna Be a Showdown, Can't Stop Dancing, that kind of thing. And then
what happened in your case with respect to, I know we were talking a little bit earlier about your back,
right?
And they caused pain, which is certainly something I see every day.
I was in a, I wasn't in, but someone hit me from the back of the car,
right?
And it crushed the back of the car in so bad that if I would have, because I had actually parked to rest, because I've been driving for a while and I was tired, and I barely sleep. I do 3 hours a day of sleeping, and then I'm up, I'm writing, I'm painting, I'm doing something, training, whatever. And so this particular time, it just so happened I didn't let the seat back, because normally I would just recline the seat back and I would go to sleep, but I didn't this time. I just knocked out with the seat up, and boom, I got hit from the back.